So I'm just going to do a quick cleanse of the face, and I'm going to stick with the exfoliating mousse.
So right now we are using the exfoliant mousse to cleanse the face of our model, to prep it to do a radiofrequency procedure. And the active ingredients are orange and papaya enzymes, which are beautiful for exfoliating all the dead skin cells. The estheticians love this exfoliant. Pre-procedure for microneedling, chemical peels, laser procedures, anywhere where you want a good clean canvas. And so it's a great back bar, but it's also used at home for at-home care. Ideally, you would use it a maximum of 2 to 3 times per week because it is very powerful. And then it's also used post-procedure as well for some of the in-clinic procedures.
So you'll notice that I'm focusing on the jawline, that I'm going to be focusing on tightening the upper cheek here, including around the areas, around the eye area, just to get a bit of a lift. We're not going to worry about the forehead. The technology we're using is quite powerful, and most people don't have enough fat pads in their forehead to be able to melt any of the fat. It can actually make the forehead look worse. So our focus is going to be the nasolabial folds, the marionette lines, the lifting of the jowls, and just get a nice tightening right in here and tackle fine lines and wrinkling around the eye. You will get a little bit of lift right here, okay? So that's the energy with the device portion.
So now we are applying the Celltense, which is gold and hyaluronic acid. It's a low molecular hyaluronic acid that is attached to the gold, and basically it's 20 to 22 nanometers in size. So where normal HA, basically you apply it on the skin and it stays on the top layer, being the epidermal layer. The nanotechnology gold and hyaluronic acid cascades through it because it's low molecular. It cascades through the epidermis to the transdermal junction, where it creates a signalization of the CD44 receptor. This receptor basically sends the message that we're being bombarded with HA. We need to build collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid in the dermis. So basically, the gold and the HA cascades through the epidermis to the transdermal junction, creates a signalization where we need to build collagen, elastin, and HA in the dermis. And then the gold exfoliates within 24 hours, and the HA that was attached to the gold the HA that was attached to the gold stays in the epidermis and hydrates you.
This is the ultrasound. I'm going to use quite a bit of Vaseline, and we're going to do sections. So I'm just going to have you turn your head to the side for me. You're going to be so moisturized at the end of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this to 10 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to glide this over your skin slowly. It might feel a little weird around the bony areas, but everybody feels it differently.
So what does this ultrasound do?
So the ultrasound titrates the cells in the skin, the largest cell being a fat cell. It's excellent for somebody that has a nice double chin or wants to get rid of the submental fat, which in Jack's case, that's not an issue. So we're going to be working on tightening and lifting the skin. So it's going to interrupt the skin cells in a way where the cell membrane around the cell becomes permeable, so that whatever other product and or energy frequency you apply afterwards is going to be more efficient.
So you would always use it in advance of another treatment or on
Yes.
its own as well?
In advance of another treatment. Is it getting warm? So where you can see that it's getting a little redness and that erythema.
Yes.
We are going to just bring down our energy. Carry on with the treatment.
And how many minutes do you normally do on each side?
I have two sections that I'm working on here, and on the face I'm looking at 10 minutes for this section.
So for a ultrasound and radiofrequency on the face alone, how much time would the client need?
I would book an hour. The idea is that on the face you want to have it at temperature when you do the radiofrequency portion for up to 15 minutes. And you want to keep it at that temperature in order for it to have a therapeutic effect.
Right, of course.
On the body, it's 30 minutes.
And that's where, of course, the gold and the hyaluronic acid comes, because it basically allows you to maintain the temperature during the radiofrequency procedure. So does the ultrasound help with turkey neck as well?
So what you are wanting to do is you want the radio frequency, which is what helps with the tightening.
Right. So how many men do you see in your practice as you're doing consulting and so forth in all the clinics?
I would have to say the men are starting to outnumber women, where I'm looking at about 70% male to female ratio.
So that's pretty significant.
It is. This could be different for every technician and a trainer out there. For myself, I've always had a lot more male clients. It's become a lot more popular amongst men.
And the beauty about using the ultrasound and then the Celltense or the golden HA in addition to the radiofrequency is that you don't have any downtime, which is most important.
No downtime.
Because for men, I think it's a bigger issue to have a downtime and have their face peeling per se than for the women.
There will be no face peeling with this.
Exactly. Yes.
Transient redness that goes away within a couple of hours at most for most people.
Right.
With no further side effects. You should be having this done once a week, no more than 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
Drink plenty of water to allow the lymphatic system to drain all the fat cells that are being burst.
So basically about 4 sessions and you've got a really nice lift for the men.
Very nice, yes.
So is it a good idea for the man to be clean shaven?
Very good
Clean
idea,
shaven?
yes. I like clean shaven face due to the fact that I can immediately see and show my clients the tightening and the lifting, because after the radiofrequency is finished, you will be able to see the contraction of the elastin and collagen inside the skin. If you have facial hair, you won't be able to see the effect as much. And I think you just want as little impedance between your handpiece and the skin. And having facial hair there in the area is just, it's going to get in the way. It can be a very relaxing treatment, especially when you first start out with the ultrasound, whereas radiofrequency will get quite spicy the longer we have it on the skin. And that is quite literally what clients described, is that it's spicy.
Well, the beauty is you've got the ultrasound and the radiofrequency on one device.
Yes. Why use one modality when you can use two? And why use two when you can use three thanks to Celltense? So, since his not very thick. We're just going to go with the superficial.
So we've just
And this one already has the temperature measure on there, so I don't need to be using the external thermometer.
Okay.
Okay. So this one will be a lot warmer, just to warn you.
So we applied the Celltense 5 minutes prior to the procedure, and so it's absorbed nicely through the epidermis to the dermal epidermal junction, where it's creating a signalization within the CD44 receptor to kickstart the production of collagen, elastin, and HA in the dermis. So it's creating a double loop of neocollagenesis as an adjunct to the radiofrequency procedure with the Alma. In addition to enhancing the radiofrequency procedure, by using Celltense with a radiofrequency device, you can get up to the desired temperature quicker, you get a more steady state of heat, and you get less hot spots, which can be very important for the jawline, because in the jawline you get some hot spots. How many minutes would you say did you save on an average with the devices by adding the Celltense?
I would say to bring up to heat about 1.5 to 2 minutes of saving time, and then during the treatment, because it's able to keep me at a high temperature, I'd say on average maybe 10 minutes per side, or 15 to 20 minutes per session.
So you're
versus
saving,
without.
So you're saving that much time.
Yes.
And that's a perk, because ultimately the biggest benefit is the fact that the Celltense enhances the procedure and you get a better outcome quicker. So each vial of Celltense will give you at least 15 to 20 procedures. It's very affordable as an add-on or an adjunct to any radiofrequency device. And it makes it more comfortable for the client as well.
Yes.
They can feel the difference when you're using it and not using it.
Just going to increase my settings because I think he's tolerating it a little too well.
I think he's asleep.
Yes. A little more calories in there. Get right into the nasolabial folds, marionette lines. What you're going to notice is a huge improvement in the plumping and lifting of this area. Contour the cheek and get right into the crow's feet.
The end piece is beautiful because it allows you to get into areas that are smaller with precision. I like it. It's very nice.
100%. I actually like procedures where your client can have a little nap.
I can actually see it flattening out right here as we're working.
Well, this is what I refer to as ironing.
Nice.
It is more than that. It will stimulate new collagen production, the contraction of the elastin fibers, so everything will shrink, pull up, tighten. 6 to 8 weeks approximately, you should see new collagen growth as the heat breaks up the old collagen, old stiff collagen. You will find that it works very, very well.
So if you reach out to me, I'm more than happy to book a Zoom meeting and we can talk more about the features, advantages, and benefits of adding Celltense to your radiofrequency protocol. I'm certainly happy to do a demonstration with you as well.
I like to get really detailed and really shape and contour the face, especially as ladies. These areas here are the first ones to show our age, especially once we hit that 5-0, right? Now, if you already have fillers for the plumping of your face, this is not something I would recommend, as it does melt filler. But if fillers is not something you want to do, then a combination of Endor technologies in your daily routine and an occasional treatment with the device, you're going to be very happy with your results.
But even the anti-aging line on its own is absolutely amazing for reducing the appearance of wrinkles. I was honored to meet Bijana a few years ago. She's an independent consultant, and I had introduced her to the Endor anti-aging line. And because she's not allowed, she's not able to do as many treatments like the fillers and the Botox and so forth, she was very interested in the Endor line and quickly adopted the Endor line into her daily protocol and procedures. And I certainly have...
I am living walking proof at the power that the Endor technologies had to change my face. Not only did I have horrible adult acne from hormone changes, but even though Endor is not designed to tackle any acne issues, the way I figure is the gold inside a product that needs to be shed, because let's face it, our skin finds the gold as an invader, and it's going to say, I don't think so, get the heck out of my skin. So what happens is, as the gold sheds, it also pushes skin cells out. Gold is also antibacterial. So think of it as a twofold. It's exfoliating your skin continually, pushing everything out, and being antibacterial, it's helping get rid of the P. acne bacteria that causes acne in the first place.
So now we're applying the Endor anti-aging face line. The whole anti-aging line consists of the gold and the hyaluronic acid that cascades through the epidermis to the transdermal junction. The Endor anti-aging line is a great post-procedure line which basically enhances the radiofrequency procedure as your at-home care. For men, the beauty of the Endor anti-aging line is the fact that it absorbs very, very quickly and there's no greasy feeling.
Best part, zero downtime.